Yes. It is Wednesday. It's not Thursday. It's Wednesday. A lot of stuff is going on. It's game 3 of the NBA Finals tonight. Series is tied 1-1. My eyes twitching for some weird reason. I don't know why. Might be stress. Might be, hair situation. You never know. But you know what? We in the arena, man. So welcome one and all to the newest episode of 2DopeMarks. Your home for all things pro graps, ridiculousness, and all things in between. Brought to you by two lifelong fans who bring you commentary like a country version of Jim Ross and Paulie Dangerously. To my
I'm
right,
Paulie.
he definitely is Paulie Dangerously, aka D, by the way. I'm Brando. As always, man, follow us on Twitter at 2DopeMarks, on Instagram at 2DopeMarks. Subscribe on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. Get that merch at our 2DopeMarks store. And as always, man, rate us, review us, give us 5 stars, give us 4 stars. I think you're Dave Meltzer, DJ Vlad. That's pretty much how this goes. Today, big show. Very big show. We got a special guest, D. We got a special guest.
Who
The
might that
one
be?
the one, the only Mr. Darius Lockhart, the Intergalactic Soul Brother himself, is joining us on the program today. Technically, he is the first official 2DopeMarks interview, if you really put the word out.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So we'll be chatting with him about the upcoming Return to King show, June 28th in Charlotte, North Carolina, which features the return of Cedric Alexander versus Yaya. Got Darius Carter versus Darius Lockhart in the main event. We got the kickoff of the ASÉ Women's title tournament. Whole lot going on there. Going over, Ron Killings back in the game. We're going over Gunther being a world heavyweight champion again. We're going over, CM Punk having to go all the way to Saudi to go fix John Cena's heel turn. We're going back over Worlds Collide, which is arguably one of the best WWE shows of the year. And, got a little hater of the week action here and there. But first, D, I always say a lot of shit be going on in wrestling. I say that like so eloquently and clear. But I'm going to give you a quick timeline.
Mm-hmm.
3 Thursdays ago, we inducted Ron Killings as the first official inductee into the 2DopeMarks Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
2 Fridays ago. Well, no, take that back. So the next day after we did this, he ends up getting in a match with Jeff Cobb, aka JC Mateo, loses.
Mm-hmm.
At Sunday, tweets out, contract's not being renewed, is being let go by WWE. To which the entire wrestling community, both the black wrestling community and the internet wrestling community, were paying tribute, were upset, trying to figure out like how exactly do you let somebody like R-Truth go? And it carried on, man. Carried on Raw, carried on SmackDown. Hashtag we want truth. All the chance in the world. And then next thing you know, here comes Saturday, Money in the Bank. Main event with John Cena, Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. And the finish of the match involves a dude in a hoodie, some black Air Force Ones, which means it's go time when it's on some black Air Force Ones,
That's the first
and
thing I noticed.
and a very ashy black ankle. And I was like, hold on. Ain't no way. Then the brother pulled off the mask, pulled down the hoodie, said, hey, truth is here. Truth is here. Truth is here. Which then goes into Monday night, which he hops on the announce table and says, our truth's in the back. Ron Killings is driving now. And then proceeds to get a pair of scissors. I don't know where he got the scissors from. Pulled them out and cut his locks.
That hurt my heart, bro.
Exactly. You and I both are members of the lock community.
Yeah.
But before I even weigh in, I want to get your raw thoughts about Ron Killings being back.
After, it wasn't just the fans that actually like were chiming in. you had the locker room like chiming in and explaining to the world how much R-Truth meant to the locker room as well as them personally. Yeah, I to be honest with you, that surprised the shit out of me. I'm glad he back though. I'm mad he cut his hair because I mean it had to go at some point, but I mean I'm glad he back for real, for real. I mean and you could tell how grateful he was. He tweeted out how grateful he was, that the fans wanted him back so bad, thanking Nick Khan, thanking Triple H. I'm just glad he back. Now here's my question. Is this something long term or is this something short term just to appease the masses?
So that's a very good point. It's a very good point. And I've seen some discussion saying, hey, Truth probably should, be the one to take the bet off of Cena. But I need you to, I'm going to scale back before we get to the in-ring aspects, like if there's a long-term or short-term thing. We've often seen people be upset at WWE releases or contracts not being renewed, that sort of backstage situation, right? But you know what this really means? For somehow, some way, Ron Killings beat the system. Ron Killings called the WWE's bluff and was like, oh, y'all gonna let me go? Bet. Watch how this goes. Even without a title, I don't care if he wins a title. I don't care if he made it in SummerSlam. The man did something that few people have done. He made a $1 billion publicly traded company drop the bag and be like, you know what? My bad. That's on me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care.
All pun intended.
All pun intended. I don't care how you spin it. They did that for a black pro wrestler. They did that for a black pro wrestler who has 17 years in there and is so connected to the tissue of that locker room. It just goes to show you that being well liked and doing right by people wins 99% of the time.
I'm wondering.
And they had to fold on that.
I'm totally wondering. Well, I think we know whose decision that was. That wasn't. I don't think that was a creative decision. We know the TKO folks had a very, very integral part into that release because they don't understand the shit. This ain't the UFC. This ain't George St. Pierre against Michael Bisping, and they just talking shit for a little bit after they get their belt. Whatever. Like wrestling is a little deeper than that. It's a little emotionally charged. Like people as fans, we get locked in with these folks as our favorites. We have kids that look up to these folks. You know what I'm saying? Like emotionally tied to these folks. So this is something that, like you said, is something totally different that a black man pretty much said, hey, you know what? Let's go. Like, come back and get me. And they came back and got him. Like, come on now. Like, I'm proud of the man. Like, I'm proud of the man because he does everything right. And for all the stuff, all the crazy skits and all the crazy bullshit that he done, the laughs, the craziness, all that, this, that, and the other. Like, I commend him because he still did right by WWE. So it's about fucking time WWE did right by him.
1,000%. Like, again, him cutting his hair, I think that's more of a personal thing. That's a personal decision. That is literally, if this is going to be a full-blown rebirth of Ron Killings, like TNA Ron Killings.
Yeah. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, an aspect of R-Truth had to go. And, I mean, jokingly, my boy looked like he got the Norman Osborn fade now. You know what I mean? Black Norman Osborn on Spider-Man, not the one that William Dafoe played. I'm just saying it's a very intricate look. It's a very specific look, right? Very specific look. But for him to have that power and for him to build that kind of cachet, right? It don't matter. I initially thought that him being back means now he's quote unquote the moral angle to this whole Cena heel turn, right? So I thought at first. And then I was like, you know what? That's already hit a peak. Him coming out as Ron Cena kind of bookmarks that situation.
Yeah.
So now the entire landscape, he can do whatever.
Yeah.
And also how he handled them what chants on Monday sounded just like a black man who's been through a whole bunch of shit and was like, you know what? We ain't doing this today. I wish you would.
I wish a
what he said.
motherfucker
I
would.
wish you would. Again, that is a black man from Charlotte, North Carolina, with real street bona fides, with real pictures with Tupac, not no made up AI shit.
Yeah.
Nah, that's him. That's him. Ron Killings, for all intents and purposes, is probably like the one dude at your job, no matter if you work in retail or you work in government, the one dude at your job, like if you see him in the building, you hype.
Yeah,
you want to chop it with him. You want to
he set the standard. That's the big homie. That's the OG.
That's definitely big homie. I'm glad the big homie's back.
Yeah,
I'm glad he pulled a move on WWE that I ain't expect nobody to get, unless you was like a big time free agent or you was Roman Reigns or someone like that.
Yeah. I'm interested to see the path where he goes next. It's going to be real interesting, especially with the creative now with Triple H at the helms. I'm eager to see it because I don't know where it's going to go. I'm kind of scared to a certain degree because I don't want no bullshit behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's what also symbolized cutting of the hair, because I literally thought, like, if you bringing him back, are you bringing him back because people like to laugh at his performances? Like, he likes to be like the entertainer. He's a clown. He's the court gesture of the variety show. And it's like, nah, like, I'm me. I am a bona fide legend in this joint. I ain't gotta play up for yucks. These people been riding for me for 17 years. They can ride with me, taking full command of this boat, right? My only qualm with this, and you're gonna laugh about this.
Oh shit. Let me sip first.
Take a sip. Take a sip. With them scissors, I just wish he passed them joints to Lil Wayne. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But talk about cutting things short. The World Heavyweight Championship reign of Jey Uso is over. Finito. Gunther choked that man out in front of his seed and is now the first two-time World Heavyweight Champion. This iteration of the quote-unquote big gold. He's the now two-time champ. Personally, I think this match on Monday was better than the WrestleMania match.
I agree.
I think the psychology told was effectively Jey ain't gonna quit. He gonna keep coming at you. When from Gunther's perspective, he's like, Doc, I told you, you ain't about to put me to sleep again. Why you keep going for the sleeper? So it's a good style clash, good little situation there. And hey, Gunther's champ, it got some hit. It actually got some heat on the New Day, because they reacted to it on social media. And Kofi being dastardly talking about, dang, they only gave that boy 6 weeks. I at least got 6 months.
Right.
And I'm like, it do be facts. It do be facts. Now, there's rumor and innuendo that WWE is going to pair the Usos back together again, and we're going to get another run of Usos versus New Day. But
I get it. That's cool, but here's my problem. The IWC had a valid point when they said that why did you put the title on him at Mania if you were going to take it off less than 6 months later? You know what I mean? To me, Jey was so hot before Mania that I felt like this was something where WWE wanted to get a big moment out of it, and now that it served its purpose and it ran its course, that's what it was. And to me, it's a strong comparison to what they did with Kofi. Kofi Mania was one of the biggest manias ever. Everybody was locked in for Kofi Mania. And they thought, honestly, let's be real on it. Like we talked about this on the shows prior to Mania. The feud wasn't that big. I mean, I think Jay's star power pretty much made it what it was, but I kind of feel like it was one of those manias where we're gonna capitalize on his popularity and his merch sales and how he controls the crowd. Because as soon as you hear that, ooh, so the crowd get right. You know what I'm saying? They capitalized. What was that in France when the big joint? Yeah. So it's a fair, to me, to be honest with you, it's a fair comparison to what they did with Kofi. You know what I mean? Like capitalized on a big thing, on a big WrestleMania moment, and now it done ran its course. The good thing about, like you said, with Jey is you pair him back with Jimmy. All right, cool. We're gonna run back New Day and the Usos, and you're gonna get cash money off of that. We already know what time that shit be on, because I don't see anybody else on that damn Raw roster taking them titles off the New Day. Let's be very, very real.
Nah, nobody's taking the titles off a New Day that you believe in, and if you believe Jey Uso and the story they're trying to tell here, which is the man basically got run into the ground carrying the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was basically, in a way, they treated him like, like the Giants treated Saquon Barkley. I'll put it to you like that, right? In that there was no offense around him, and he just kept feeding the ball, because what else you gonna do? And you see Jey doing Slim Jim commercials. See Jey up there being, as I called him last week, the best feature wrestler in the game, trying to get everybody else hot, trying to, again, getting Cody back in order, getting John Cena in his feud in order, getting Logan Paul over even more.
He was he was the Little Wayne of the mixtape era. That's what he was.
Exactly. He was Wayne in the mixtape era, but then this Monday night was not the Carter 6. Monday night was not the Carter 6. It was not. It was this was him getting the gun charge and got to sit down for a second.
Yeah.
In 07. That one. Not the one he got fired for. The first one.
Take a break. Take a break.
Like, again, Jey has been hot lava, right? He's your biggest babyface on Raw. It now creates a landscape with him losing, where a good 85 to 87% of your main roster champions all heels.
This man got white folks quoting Glorilla and Moneybag. None of them motherfuckers know where the fuck that shit came from. None of them motherfuckers know that shit came from.
And again, like, I know fans are like super happy. They were super excited and super proud to see that man with that belt. They were super upset that his brother didn't get like a similar run, so to speak, solo wise. And you know what? It's fine. There's going to be another Jey Uso World Heavyweight Championship reign. It's gonna happen, right? Is it gonna happen after Gunther and Bill Goldberg? Whenever that happens, maybe. Is it gonna happen?
Don't mention that on this show ever the fuck again, man. Don't mention that shit ever again. We don't need no
man.
Look, fucking TV.
Look, the man wants one more match. They've already teased the shit. I don't make the rules there.
If he want one more match, take his ass to the daggone gas station and buy a pair of matches. There you go. That's the only match I want to see.
See, you talking about Bill Goldberg and bump fights, dog. I ain't even trying to go that far with it.
I am. Don't nobody want to see Goldberg ass out there growling and running into a daggone door and knocking himself out concussed before he even come out for the match. They're gonna announce that man is on concussion protocol and he can't fight the match no more. What are we doing?
Fair point. Look. All I know is Jey Uso will be back. Jey Uso is certified as a main event star, like bar none, belts or no belt, right? And that's kind of like your true testament as a pro wrestler in my eyes. Are you dope with or without a world title around your waist?
And it's only a handful of people in WWE that can pull that off. And him being one of it, and in the mediocre rise that he's had, let's say in the past, what is it, 2025? Let's say the past 5 years, you know, that was right around main event, the right hand man. Nah, remember he was right hand man in what, 2020, I believe, 2021.
Yeah, he was right hand man 2021.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah, 23. 23 is after, because that was Mania. That was Mania LA, and then basically that summer led into him officially being excommunicated from Bloodline. Yeah, okay, yeah. So 23, 2 years, not even a full 2, like barely 18, 19 months.
Right.
That dude went from basically, all right, cool. I took the Usos music, remixed it, made it my own. It's just me, Us, and literally took off. Right?
Yeah.
He'll be fine. Some shit just happens, sadly, right? I think in this era of WWE, Jey Uso being a World Heavyweight Champion is not a one and done. Not like how they did Kofi with Kofi Mania and how it ended just to serve.
Kofi ain't getting that title no time soon.
Also, the same way in that, you know, you want Xavier Woods to be more than just a tag champ and a one-time king of the ring, right? But
at least he got that. Again, Jimmy ain't got shit.
Jimmy got Miss Money in the Bank. Jimmy got BET Award, man. Jimmy got a Hall of Fame resume before we even get to like the actual in ring, and that's even more Hall of Fame.
Listen, I stand corrected. That man living in real life. That man went in real life.
Yeah, I just also find it funny how Gunther choked Jey Uso out in front of his seat while his brother was doing real black entertainment television shit.
Man, listen, my man was at 106. My man was sitting there jamming the 106 and Park nostalgia.
Exactly. Speaking of, you know, concussion protocol, because that's what Bill Goldberg often ends up, but Bill Goldberg is beloved in what place, D?
Huh?
He's beloved in what place? Either it's
only one place, the Georgia Dome. That's it, or what's called
the other place, D. The other place, not Atlanta, the other place.
Hell? Oh no. I know.
Saudi Arabia. Jesus. Saudi Arabia. So it's confirmed.
I don't want to see that.
It's confirmed. Night of Champions. You're bringing back King and Queen of the Ring, and the winner of those particular tournaments will go on to face the champion at SummerSlam, and presumably the main event for that show in Saudi on June 28th, which is
less than 2 weeks.
Saturday, less than 2 weeks, is basically CM Punk, John Cena, one more time.
Yeah. Do you pay? Are you paying attention to what they're doing with Cena, his retirement tour? Like, I think you understand, but like for the masses, Cena's pretty much running back every big feud of every active wrestler in his last run, and I'm waiting to see who's next after Punk.
I told you this from jump, and shots to Robert Brown tuning in. We go live traditionally every Thursday on demand on your favorite DSPs on a Friday. We coming to you early, mainly because work things kicked in. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So we coming a day early. Life kicked in, right? I told you.
Hold on, but this real right here. Like, he just found us on a random scroll. Appreciate you, brother.
Hey, look, the algorithm is algorithm in a good way. But
look, and my Brando voice, like, subscribe, go to 2DopeMarks on IG, Facebook. Hold on, I ain't got your script, but I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna do my best impression.
I know.
Facebook, Christian Mingle, Black Planet, MySpace, TikTok. We on TikTok?
Mm-hmm. No, we're not on TikTok. But to answer Robert's question, because he's asking, do we review AEW? Yes, we do review AEW. They got another 4 hours tonight with Summer Blockbuster, and
I'm not watching that shit. I'm old. I'm in my 40s. Fuck that. I'm tired.
We are saving for today's episode. We are saving our AEW talk towards the end of the show because they're building towards All In Texas, and they're finally hitting all the. You know what? Y'all want dream matches? Bet they pressed that button. Okay,
it's their Mania season right now. So
it is 1000% their Mania season. But as we said about John Cena, bro, the Cena heel turn 1000% is I'm gonna go through the rogues gallery of everybody who is still doing things. And if you're on that main roster and you're still doing something, all right, we can run this back one more time. Randy Orton got his shot in Backlash in St. Louis. I found it funny that CM Punk don't get a shot in Chicago. He got to go all the way over to Saudi Mania.
You don't want that WWE don't want that fucking smoke.
Again? No, they don't want it a second time.
Nah.
Anyway, I'm Brando. That's D. On my right. Point is, John Cena, the heel turn, I think we got some rejuvenation a little bit from Money in the Bank because there's a little bit of comeuppance. But I'm curious to see how this goes with Punk. Because I knew what Randy Orton was going to be. Randy Orton is going to be, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're going to hit all the notes from our 20 years of knowing each other, right? AJ might get a one, Corey. I believe that. He might get one.
I see that because AJ been kind of cooking as just a little bit. They ramping AJ up a little bit right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then eventually it's gonna be Cena and Cody, but I don't know when. Because if you say the King of the Ring,
what's his last date?
It's in December. We got like 18 days left. 18 or 17, I forget which.
What is that a Raw or is that a PLE?
I don't know, but it is set for December, and the news network in Boston already leaked it and said it was going to be there. His final match would be in Boston.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So basically, TD Garden is going to be his last joint. It'll likely be a pay-per-view because it's John. Punk Cena, I'm like hyper curious how it's gonna go.
Right.
Because the promo on Raw is like, all right, we going somewhere. And basically, Cena in real supervillain mode is like, look, you gotta compromise all your morals to be this monster again. Because you know how Punk don't fuck with Saudi. Even if he's never been, he still don't fuck with Saudi.
I mean, I don't fuck with Saudi either, but I get it.
Yeah, man.
But do you honestly think from a psychological standpoint, do you honestly think those folks in Saudi want actually boo Cena? Or are they gonna boo Punk?
I have no idea what they're gonna do. None whatsoever. I do think that CM Punk can add some even more, add greater gravitas to this heel turn though. I think he can kind of like pull it back up. But it's interesting, dog. It's super, super interesting. Because I don't think Saudi's gonna boo John Cena because, again, look how they market John Cena outside of wrestling. That dude does Hyundai commercials. That dude sells you all sorts of. He sells McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
Like,
hey, I need look. John Cena need the meal like Travis Scott and Angel Reese got.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fried nugget box and nothing in it.
Yeah, man. So I'm curious about that. 1000%. I don't think Punk's gonna get the belt in Saudi, and we'll get into who it. Yeah. We'll get into who is likely to take this belt. Well, I'm sorry, not take the belt, but likely to face Cena at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship. But speaking of faces, speaking of moments, did you catch Worlds Collide live on Saturday?
So Saturday, I did not catch it live. I was doing some other stuff, family stuff for the most part. But I did tap back in to that, And yeah, that shit was lit as a motherfucker.
Yeah, when we did our preview show last Tuesday, we said that the Vikingo versus Chad Gable match was likely going to be the show stealer, and buddy, was it ever? That was
I'm
1000%.
gonna tell you. What that wasn't even my favorite match.
Okay, what was your favorite match?
You know, always fuck it up. The Phantasma Los something in the
Legado del Fantasma. That joint.
Okay, that was that was my
with
jam.
El Hijo Dr. Wagner Jr.'s son. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But so again, I think the winners from Saturday, real quick, we'll get back into this after our special guest comes in. We chopping. Real winners. Vikingo was lit again after saying man has some knee injuries, but he still was able to do some amazing things.
Yeah.
But the biggest winner of all, and Corey said this, he jokes calls Mr. Iguana Mexican Danhausen.
That's what he is.
Danhausen, but brother, Mr. Iguana had Kia Form on fire, dog.
Bruh, they was on his line. Like, motherfuckers want that damn iguana. They want that iguana. Put that bitch on the WWE shop right now. Right now.
So here's my question. Do you think Unesca is like, you think they got him from Buc-ee's, or is that like a custom made joint? Like, is that a gas station iguana, or is that like some real, like, hey dog, like I'm trying to get this thing over. I need a legit iguana.
So have you been what's the spot called that where the kids go build a bed joint? I think they got it from Build a Bed. And you know how they do the stuffing in and shit? He got it without the stuffing. He got it custom made from Build a Bed.
And it's so custom that he just sold out his shirt on WWEshop.com. It's likely because he's moving so much merch, they're gonna put him on the main roster, like we said before.
Yeah.
And I'm intrigued. I'm hella intrigued because I ain't seen somebody get a puppet over like this since Santino.
Let me ask you this question. So I'm gonna give you another person who they were very, 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 very high on, and that man got put on the show the same day in Octagon Jr. with Dirty Dom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That is if you want to talk about, okay, yes, Mr. Iguana 1000% won Saturday. Octagon Jr. definitely won Saturday because he's got a WWE PLE under his belt for real.
Yeah.
Vikingo won because you reintroduced him to American audiences, and again, as we always say, them WWE cameras, it's like how Baby used to say, when the light hit the ice, it twinkle and glisten.
Yeah.
Look.
Me and you won too, because we got the Devil's Kiss a couple times that day on Saturday.
Yeah, again, and what did I say about Booker T being over?
Man, listen. I need a Booker for that match. One of the matches.
One of them.
You know what? But no, shout out to Octagon Jr. Shout out to Chad Gable for doing Chad Gable and Stephanie Valquay as Nikki Bella Carter. Pretty much.
She's not escaping the Stephanie McMahon
at all.
Mexican restaurant meme at all with that.
Yeah, it's I feel like it's going to be a situation like them folks. Stephanie and Chad Gable wrestled 3 matches in 2 days.
Yeah.
And one of them happened to be a ladder match.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah. 2 of the matches were ladder matches.
Hey, Corey, I'm waiting for it.
So they've already supposedly trademarked King of the Luchadors, and if you don't feel like Dominic Mysterio is gonna go main event Triple Mania against Vikingo one of these joints, it's gonna happen. Because you can see him when his match in Octagon Jr., even the interaction with Octagon Jr. The boy got confidence. That boy is the frog splash is even crispier. He took the belt to Eddie's grave while he was out there. Telling you, your fave, is gonna be a Triple A world champion. He gonna be. Gonna be. But
folks, look, folks are sleeping on Dirty Dom, man. Like my man had to come into his own, yeah, man.
Again, folks was booing Dom because it was fun to boo Dom, but they respected Dom. They respected the heel work. And now the dude is getting legit cheers for being one of the best assholes in wrestling. He was already one of the best,
a-holes
in wrestling.
And now he's man of my own heart. I love it.
Now, crispy frog splash. So, speaking of, beloved a-holes, Darius Carter is a beloved a-hole. But 2 weeks from now, June 28th, it is ASÉ's Turn to King. Charlotte, North Carolina, Slingshot Social Game Club. It's happening June 28th. Main event, Darius Lockhart, Darius Carter, one more time for the ASÉ Men's Championship. Again, got Cedric Alexander back in the scene, facing Yaya. Got Khan. You got so much going on. So, what I did and what D was privy to. So, we had a conversation with Mr. ASÉ himself, the one and only, the Intergalactic Soul Brother, Darius Lockhart. So, we're going to take a break. Me and D, that is. And Mr. Lockhart's going to step in the building. And we're going to chat. And we're going to get this thing popping. So, we'll be right back. But for now, just going to have to just
listen to the interview. That joint like that.
It's like that. All right. So it's Brando. Want to have the 2DopeMarks. My player partner D is on special assignment. But today we have a special guest. We have the Intergalactic Soul Brother. We have Mr. PWI, Mr. Panther Style himself, Mr. ASÉ Wrestling, Mr. If you've seen him on YouTube delivering a promo, you know it's the greatest thing in the world. If you've seen him in the ring, if you've seen him throwing up a fist, if you've seen him throw up a beret, if you've seen him unfurl a flag that tells you to be proud and be you, you know who it is, the one and only Darius Lockhart.
I appreciate that, man. Great intro. Thank you very much.
I worked on it all day. I was literally like hyping myself in the mirror, talking to somebody who was a great. You might want to get it right.
That means the world to me. Thank you.
Thank you. So we have ASÉ Wrestling is having a homecoming in Charlotte, June 28th, Return of the King. And you and the other Darius Carter, are headed it up one more time.
Yeah.
This time for the ASÉ Men's Championship.
Absolutely.
Before we even get to the match, we have to talk about ASÉ itself. Like, I remember you years ago feeling disenfranchised, feeling dismayed with the entire concept of pro wrestling. And then in 2023, a light bulb went off. It's like, you know what? I'm going to start my own. So what to you was essential in order to found ASÉ?
It's funny you say 2023. It's really 2019 that I had the idea for ASÉ. Myself, Saif Al-Sabah, was kind of we kind of made up a concept of just, we were seeing so many people like ourselves get burnt out, people, Black performers in this industry who were just being misunderstood. They would get to a certain height and there was always a person that didn't necessarily look like them or really understand where they're coming from to tell them, oh, well, I don't get it. So then they didn't get the position that they were, more than qualified for as a performer. The audience might get it, but the powers that be don't get it. So we kind of just conceptualized what would a show look like if the powers that be got it, and not only got it, but lived it, lived in it. So, it started with, what does commentary sound like? What would the musical acts, we kind of really pulled from things that really inspired us. And, as 2020 hit and everyone who was kind of a part of those conversations kind of drifted apart for own reasons. I went on my own journey. I went through a couple injuries, some death in the family, things like that. And there was a point where I was being scouted by, a couple major companies, and their reluctance to kind of put their action where their words were kind of caused me to just say, hey, man, I got a lot going on in my life. I don't really need this. I just want to go away. And after that, I kind of took a silent leave of absence. I didn't know how long I was going to be gone. I thought it was going to be about 2 months. But I just needed more than I realized I did, whether that was from like a health reason with some of the injuries that I'd gotten, or just my mental, just where I was mentally. I just wasn't happy showing up to work anymore. So it wasn't really until I moved in with a friend in 2022, just because he just needed an extra roommate. It was only supposed to be for a few months. And so I moved in to help him out, and he had never watched wrestling before. So watching him fall in love with it kind of reminded me why I love this, and thought that, I'm a man who always likes to deliver on what he said he was going to do. So I said, you know what, let me go back and make ASÉ. I feel like both myself and everyone else deserves it. Let me just give it a shot and then see what happens. And here we are.
What's nuts about giving it a shot is the concept of pro wrestling. I was telling this to my wife before she really got back into it. I was like, it's really a morality play. It is good versus evil. Yeah. It is right versus wrong. It is whatever your convictions are. Yeah. And the thing about you in that ring, and also just outside of the ring, is that you are convicted to a point of it's about community. It's about uplift. It's about, situations like Vegas, for example. Like, you took the show to the show of shows, Telly, that weekend, and even had Kev on stage, right? Yeah. And then you got a different level of variety of virality, I should say, there. Now, I mean, again, I think wrestling is a variety show, but no, that situation went viral. Like, has the growth of ASÉ even shocked you or amazed you to this point?
I think not really in some ways. Like, in some ways, not at all, right? Like, I kind of knew, I said try it out, but I kind of knew, like, this is a great idea. This is a great vibe. I think I have good taste, so I know how to present it. I knew that this would be fly, so that people would get and blast their teeth into if they see it. You know what I mean? But in terms of the speed of the growth, maybe. There's like so many opportunities now that I won't say we aren't ready for, but they come so fast that I only have so many hands. So a lot of things there's these amazing opportunities to really create some good stuff, and hopefully, they will come to fruition. But it's like I can only do so much at once, and I don't want to let anything seep through the cracks. So sometimes that might surprise me of like, damn, oh, y'all want to do that with us already? Like, it's year 2, dog. Like, I thought y'all wouldn't come around till year 4, but okay, let me find a way to do that. So some of it's that, but in terms of the success and it being liked and people wanting it, it was only a matter of time for someone to try to come and try to do this. I don't want to say the right way, but with the right things in place.
Yeah, I think what's crazy about it is that in just 2 short years, it's literally like you're starting to see like a lot of people finding that space, right? Where Black independent wrestling was like, you get people booked on different shows in like different markets here or there, but now there's like full-on promotions. Right. And I think what's beautiful in that is that there's so much buy-in from the whole community. Like, I think people don't see that there is the internet wrestling community and then there's us. Like, we are totally separate, totally different get down. So when it came to people like, I want to say like Kevin on stage, for example, and like literally his buy-in, so to speak, like how was that conversation with him? And how did you even like convince people like, say, a Kazim Fayoume or Chris Lee, for example, their buy-in, so to speak, is like, okay, we doing something big, and I want you to be a part of it.
I mean, those are all 3 very different but very easy conversations. When it comes to Kevin on stage, I have to give credit to Lovely Laveau. You talk about people who are notable in the community. People. She's a very loud voice in the Black wrestling fan space. And even though I usually have a thing of like, all right, let's not cross over. Fans can be fans, wrestlers. We need to do our business. Lovely has been really great at relationship building. And she's one of the people who tweeted at Kevin on stage, hey, you might like ASÉ Wrestling. Check it out. I saw him in real time tweet her back, well, what is it? And to leading into when we did ASÉ TV, which is kind of relaunching all of our old material, but in a different serialized hour-long format. First episode, he was in the comments, yo, this is dope, and so I thought I was really cool of him. And one day I saw Lovely tweeting him again, you got to come to Vegas. And he said, I'll be there. People say that, but I saw him say it twice. And so I DM'd him. I said, if you're going to be there, do you want to do something? And he said, do you want to make my dreams come true? Absolutely. I'll be there. I'll do something with you guys. And it was just the first pitch. I had something in mind for him. And it changed a couple times. Just people kind of fall out, situations change. But he was on board the entire way and was super helpful. And I won't tell you everything about that dynamic, but one day I will give Kevin Stage just beautiful flowers. I'm not sure what he wants to be out there. But he did us a lot of solids doing that bit. And I think that was really awesome of him. So it was just an ask. Kazim, I've been following him since I was in high school. And so he's kind of someone I look up to as an orator and as a person who just makes things happen, as someone who works in marketing and entertainment. So he was a guy I kind of always looked up to as a beacon. But I met him maybe in passing a couple times at Wale Manias, and then if not at Wale Mania, I think the WrestleMania 39, we saw each other after party. Mm-hmm. And it just kind of chopped it up, really understood who each other were. Like he understood, okay, this is Darius, okay. And so when I reached out to him, we traded contact information. It was just, hey, do you want to do commentary? And he was like, hey, man, yeah, easy. And he made it very easy for me as well, too. He did me a bunch of favors with that. So that was awesome. Kazim is just, he sees talent. I think he gets it, and he gets us. So he wants to help us out. Now, Chris Lee, I knew him since before I was the Intergalactic Soul, before I was Revolutionary, before I was any of this, before I was really Darius Lockhart to understand who I was as a performer. We both kind of started out at this place called CWF, Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. And, Chris had a career in broadcast before and after wrestling. Obviously, it's skyrocketing up, him going to documentarianship and all those things like that. But he was my first feud in wrestling. Like, there was the first person someone was like, hey, you're going to wrestle Chris? And then we had a beef. And my first, the match that I say, that's a good match, was with Chris Lee. So our years of just knowing each other and just kind of talking about the business, when I said it to him, he was just like, yeah, that should happen. And it would be dope if it looked like this. And then now we're talking. So it was just really easy to get him on board. And Chris has been on board for day zero, really. He's been since 2019, he's been on the idea.
That's beautiful. Like you mentioned, like, oh, okay, me and Chris, like that's my first, like, okay, that's not, I know what a good match is like, because I'm like, this is good, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's retired since in ring, but he's still itching.
Yeah. He might take a bump. He might take a bump if need be.
But to paint a picture, and I'll make it quick, Chris Lee is kind of like my Dave Free. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He's like my Dave Free. So he gets things done.
So speaking of Dave Free and the whole visualizing of things, I think like wrestlers have a beauty when it comes to like picking out theme songs, right?
Yeah.
Yours with Kaya's Niggas Poem 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Like that is some soulful, like, okay, some shit about to go down.
Yeah.
Type of music. I was watching back your match with Lee Moriarty, and I was like, okay, Darius coming through, cool. And then I hear Boot Up by LMA, and I'm like,
it's great.
That ain't no theme song I would come out to.
Yeah. He's one of a kind. Moriarty is one of a kind. Yeah.
But what drew you to, and what made you rock with KS Niggas Poem 1 and 2? Because that's not been like, that's locked in. That's you now.
Yeah, it is. I knew so I got hurt beginning of 2020. I tore my right pec while wrestling Trish Adora in the finals of the Pan African Championship. When she first became Pan African champion, I was got GP to do it. So, but I got injured in that match. And so before, I don't even really remember what I was using. I think maybe I was using Rockabye Baby by Joey Badass in Schoolboy Q.
Yeah.
And I think it was just kind of I just used it for a while without even thinking of anything. And when I came back, when I was like sitting at home in 2020 like everybody else, I'm like, if I'm going to return to wrestling, I need to have like a real different vibe. I need to stand out. I need to be more myself, what says me. But also at the same time, I really wanted the first entrance back to feel sort of like a resurrection, if that makes sense. So it was kind of like, we're rising from the ashes, and that song has a, real niggas never die, and niggas, I should say, and real niggas never die. And so it just really kind of, it speaks to, I'm thinking of the word that is, you can't kill it. It's something that just that perseveres. It speaks to the perseverance of my persona and of the plight and of the words and passion that we all share, and we would hope the revolutionary could be that person. So I was just kind of like, you know, it speaks to resolve. So let's do that. And it was between that and one other song that I might come out to one day for the hell of it. But that is like that's my set song now. But, you know, the other song would just be like a one-time thing. This one was, it came down to those two. And I was like, I got to go Kia. I was obsessed with that album that year. It was great.
Oh, yeah. That, again, I think people, when you have certain like themes, right, they become synonymous, right? Like CM Punk has Cult of Personality by Living Color. Like, that is him. I don't care. Like, what else he decides? Like, you might do Kill Switch Fiber. No, brother, you are Cult of Personality through and through. Randy Savage's Pomp and Circumstance, right? And you as Negas Porn 1 and 2 for me. It's like the dude must say, you know, this dude coming out with these black shades, black trunks. Like, I'm coming to in that old vestige of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like, I'm coming to kick your ass or out wrestle you, out brawl you, whatever need be. I can go in and do that. It's
a confidence you gotta rock to the ring with that song. You know, it's a mood changer. So yeah, I like mood changers. I feel like I'm a mood changer. So I wanted to fall in line with that.
Yeah. My curiosity with this particular show, because last year's show was kind of a homecoming for Shelton Benjamin, right? Because he had just gotten released by WWE, and you paired him with Jonathan Gresham. Like, that was like arguably one of the best technical matches I've ever seen, right? Yeah. So a year later now, you easily was like, you know what? I'm gonna pay it all the way forward in the way somebody's paid it forward for me and Cedric Alexander. Like, so this is a two-parter for me. How full circle is it for ASÉ to bring Cedric Alexander for this show? And also, what has said meant to you?
It's 100% like full circle. When I said, you know, me and Saeed talked about in 2019, and then a group of us, whatever. It's safe to say now, Cedric was a part of that group. You know, Cedric was trying to help me raise money to get this dream off the board. You know, him and Big Swole. So they had seen this vision from the start too in 2019, and they've been very supportive. You know, in the quiet, just kind of letting the thing. And you know, they'll check in. How's it going? Okay, cool. You know, like, all right. Well, how's this? Okay, cool. And you know, it started a few dollars, but then as COVID came through, we kind of all went our separate ways, and I just kind of kept raising my own. But it's said having been not only a supporter of the vision of ASÉ from day one, but wanting to, like, even when he was in contract, he wanted to be like, I wonder if NXT will let me come and do the show, because they let Natalya do Bloodsport, they let these people. So he was trying to still come down to ASÉ when he was doing NXT. Like, he really wanted to be a part of this. And that was one of the first people. He was like, one of the first thoughts he had. He said when he left, he's like, I get to do ASÉ now. So it's a full circle thing. And him being my first match at Indie Major, my first match period. He was my you know, he was the first, I think, Black local wrestler I met. I think I went to a Ring of Honor show when I was 12 or 13 and saw him wrestle, I think, in his tryout Ring of Honor match. But he spoke to my imagination. His family was there. I saw him in the gym maybe 5, 6, 8 months later. I just started on the high school wrestling team, and I was like, Mom, there's a wrestler here at the local gym. Like, I know that guy. I think I went up to him, and he didn't think he was going to be recognized. He was just fresh. So it was that. Maybe about another 8 months later, I went to do pro wrestling at High Spots, and he was there training. That's where he was trained. We have the same trainer, George South. And he said to me, he recognized me. He was like, you're that kid who approached me in the gym. You come to PWX shows every now and then. Okay, come here. Let me show you. And from then on, it's kind of been, he's one of the few people I will let big bro me. I will call a big brother. Because you know, some people try to be shady and just, you know, whatever with it. But that's truly my older brother. And, you know, almost after a certain point until he got signed, it seemed like every checkpoint or benchmark in my career, he was there to kind of help me get into that next phase, which is really cool. So this is a full circle thing to see him come back and into the state he helped make hot, because Carolina got hot in the 2010s for a little bit, and Cedric's performance was most of, like, a lot of big, huge part of that. So to him come back and give back, man, it means everything. Yeah.
Yeah, because doing what he did in the Carolinas eventually led to the Cruiserweight Classic, which then led to Please Sign Cedric and his match with Kota Ibushi, which is arguably the best match the CWC gave us, you know.
Yeah, and people talk about that one more than any other. The finals. No one talks about the finals.
It's crazy. Nobody talks about Grand Metalik versus TJ Perkins, only because Sid versus Ibushi literally happened like right before it, right?
Yeah. It's a match, Grand Metal League and everything, but you know.
Oh yeah, it was. But you know, when real recognize real,
Yeah.
recognize real.
There you go.
So basically, you know, ASÉ literally you debuted at the men's championship late last year. Darius Carter currently holds it. The women's championship is now out. Is going through a tournament. And the fact that you've had so many people, so many women come through those curtains and like put on. What does it mean for them now to like, okay, now I can be a representative of ASÉ with a title around my waist? Because a title in pro wrestling, as we know, is basically like, all right, kid, you get the ball. How far can you run and get the touchdown?
Yeah. Well, you know, I think what it means to them is honestly up for them to say. But what I can speak to what I hope it means for them, you know,
that's what I'm speaking to. That's what I'm leaning towards. Yeah.
Just an opportunity and a chance to be like to be seen. You know, a lot of sisters in the sport don't get their just due, and if they're just due, a lot of BS comes with it. They got to deal with shady promoters or being taken off shows, all this stuff. And I understand that plight. I've understand the male side of it, but with the women's side, it's definitely it's intricate. There's different layers of things you have to go through on top of being and already in a box. So I hope this means being seen, opportunity. This will open up the door for even more women to come into ASÉ. This tournament is going to feature 16 women, actually, and a lot of them are new faces to ASÉ. So that's going to be very exciting. You will see some old familiar ones. Jocelyn's returning, Kiera Hogan's returning for this tournament, and we'll announce kind of the full names soon. But this is it's really cool that I'm able to give opportunity to 16 different Black women on the way to to crown a championship that's for them, and we'll main event the show that it's crowned on. But we'll I just can't wait for you guys to see the journey, because a lot that's going on into it. So we'll have fun with that one.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it all play out. I mean, you got Faye Jackson back in the ring. Like, that is something that is
true.
That's big.
Every time I ask her, she gives me a big sigh. She goes, okay, for you. But Karen, Faye Jackson is returning to the ring once again. This is the second time she's actually wrestled for us. She kind of works as a sort of a maternal figure in the back with the girls, younger girls. She's always mentoring, Asian matches, stepping on commentary when we need her to. Facilitating relationships. She helps us bond a lot with different people too. She's one of those people similar to R-Truth that is just the glue of a locker room. So you get rid of her, a lot of people are going to feel that difference. But she is going to be facing a protege of hers, somewhat, Karen Bam Bam Renee, in this first round tournament with Jazz as a special guest referee. Now, she beat Karen the first time, and I think she told Karen that she wants to do it again, but she told Karen she had a lot to learn. And Karen since then has had a little bit of attitude, so I can't wait to see what happens. If Karen has learned anything, if she wants to show Faye what she's learned. But I'm excited to see Faye back in there and see if she's still got some tricks that she ain't taught Karen yet.
Yeah, that card is absolutely stacked. I know we spoke about Seb, but Yaya.
Yeah.
Now, I told you when I went to my first ASÉ show in Charlotte last year, Yaya was the person who literally immediately stood out to me, like made my eyes go big, right? Because a dude that size should not be able to move the way he does in the ring. Like, it makes gravity doesn't make sense for him. He does whatever. Aside from him, like, who else are you looking forward to seeing on that card and looking to like just show out for the crowd?
It's June 28th specifically.
Yes,
I'm looking forward to Ugly Gang getting their face back against Demon Time. We kind of saw the formation of Joe Black, Trevor, Aeon, and Noel, who is scary beast. He's been in Japan getting better, which is terrifying to think about. But we saw the formation of those guys in December, taking out Jordan Holt, the Cream Pop Poppy, Rayhan Antaeus, and their friend Zay Vega. I'm excited for Zay Vega to show y'all what he has. I'm excited for Jordan Holt to get his face back. Trevor's been antagonizing him since ASÉ 4. And I'm excited for the Cream Pop Poppy. Anytime he gets in the ring and shows people that he's more than just a song and a fun time, which he definitely is, awesome and a hilarious personality. He's a fantastic wrestler too. So I'm excited for that 6-man tag to go down. And it'd be our first no DQ match in ASÉ history. It's going to be absolutely chaotic. So I'm excited for those guys. Anyone else I'm excited for? I'm excited for Diego Hill. You know, Josh C's been saying some interesting things about me online. I don't understand what the heat is. I'm giving him a job here, but I think he thinks I'm in his way or somewhat like that. I'm just doing business. I'm just winning. That's all I have to do. You know, I give him a chance to compete. But seeing what Diego Hill makes of Josh C, see if he can take him on, see if Josh can turn some of this luck around, because he might need some of that. And I love Jocelyn Navarro. I think she's the world. You know, anytime she can be in a ring with someone who has something to prove, like a vet like Kiera, I'm willing to see Jocelyn rise to the occasion and really cement it. To me, one thing I wish I had more of here working at ASÉ, creating ASÉ, curating, whatever you want to say, is more time and more shows. I wish Jocelyn was here every month. I just can't get, it's just time and place. And I wish we had had her a bunch, but this time it works out. So hopefully if she gets further in the tournament, we'll see a lot more of Jocelyn Navarro. So we'll see.
Yeah. But the main thing outside of said that people are coming for, it's you.
Yeah.
Darius Carter.
Yes, absolutely.
For the men's ASÉ championship.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all had y'all very fun interaction during that wild tag match in Vegas. He'll say that you got a little help from Kev on stage.
Some would say.
Just to get that W, just to get that win.
Yeah.
But it's Darius versus Darius one more time.
Third time.
Is third time the charm for you to take that belt? I'm gonna say, what are we expecting going on in it?
I think so. It'll be the tiebreaker. My first match back was against Carter back in February 2024, and I got the victory. His next match, against me was the finals of the tournament,
exactly.
Which was honestly a fresh Darius Carter who had cheated his way to the top. On this, he came in through the back door. He didn't have to qualify. He didn't earn the spot. Then he takes Jordan's spot, screws over already hurt Damian Bingston, attacks Billy before he even gets in the ring, which was disgusting to me. And I still got to get the face back for my friend. And then takes advantage of, my injured back. I just wrestled full match against Yaya, full match against this person. So Carter, you've wrestled in really one match, and now you're in the finals against me. He got the victory over hurt me, but this time I'm coming in healthy. And this time the it's even. And I'm not going to try to walk in with a strong, angry temperament. I'm going to try to keep my cool so he doesn't get in my head. I think him attacking Billy is enough already in my head. But I think that because every time I think about that, I just really get irritated all over again, to be honest with you.
Right.
But I want to walk into this with a clear head, clear mind, and just wrestle. That's all I've wanted to do this entire time. Create a space where I can wrestle and come to realize my potential, and then break that barrier as well. So I'm just coming in with a clear, I can't say clear mind because, like I said, once again, I'm agitated, but hopefully a clear heart, and as clear as I can possibly go in there and just out wrestle the guy, because that's what I think everyone wants to see me do anyway. Yeah, I
think everyone wants to see you raise that belt at the end of the night.
I think so, and I plan to, bring it back home the right way. And then the job really starts. Carter is a mountain. I will. He's one of the best wrestlers I've seen and been in the ring with. I will acknowledge that. Dirty asshole, but he is a good wrestler. But the job starts there then, because as soon as I beat Carter, then I got Yaya on my back. Then I got maybe Billy in my back. Wherever he's been, maybe Cedric. Am I going to wrestle Cedric again? You know what I mean? Like now he goes here. Khan's on the lurk, Khan's at the show. The job.
Duncan might want to be a double champ. Yeah,
me and him might unify the joints. We don't know. Isaiah Broner goes here now. O'Shea Edwards might be back. There's a whole list of people I got to talk to and fight through as soon as I become champion. So the job starts there, and that's what excites me more than anything.
Well, Mr. Darius Lockhart, appreciate you coming through to the 2DopeMarks. Ironically enough, the other Mark, it happens to be he's off assignment now. He just got back in. But for the most part, man, I appreciate you coming through. We appreciate you coming through. We appreciate what ASÉ offers to us as fans and also to the overall wrestling community, because I'll say this. Going there in that gym in Charlotte last June put a battery in my back that eventually led to the start of this podcast.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that.
Like basically when me and D said, hey, we going to Vegas for Mania. Yeah, ASÉ's the first stop. Like we literally got to the hotel, dropped the bags, got in an Uber, went to ASÉ.
That's love. I really do appreciate that. And what a good name to draw from. I was a 2DopeBoys guy too. So, I was a hood nerd. I was a hip hop blogger back in the day. So I recognize the reference.
Technically am in some ways.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you definitely are. Yeah. I guess really more than a blogger. I was just on the sites every day when I was supposed to be doing assignments. I was listening to Overly Dedicated or whatever Wale and Cuddy and Cole drop that Khalifa or Cushion Orange Juice era. Yeah, that was
who ironically enough his Tiny Desk dropped today too.
It's
all Cushion Orange Juice stuff. So I'm like, so, it's crazy. It's I'm all about homages, right? Like 2DopeBoys literally helped me through something in 2009. Ended up starting my own blog in June 2009 is when I started mine. It literally led me to writing for Billboard and Vibe and Pitchfork and all over the place.
It's something about the month of June, huh?
Something about it. Like it's June and August. Like June led me to ASÉ. August led me to my wife and led me to getting married in August and all sorts of other stuff. So
outside of February, those are the two probably most culturally significant months to Black people.
See, her birthday's in February. Don't hype her up. She gonna be a little bit too.
Seriously, we got. I know. And then August, people who are in the know is Black August. There's a significant amount of things that happen in August, and of course you got Juneteenth with June, and maybe number 4 you got October because that's the British version of Black History Month. So those are you're batting pretty good, August and June, man, and your wife in February. It sounds like you got the Trinity right there.
I'm doing a little bit. You doing better? I'm doing all right.
I know we're all doing great. We're all doing great. And we're going to continue.
Anyway.
Thank you so much for this.
You're on mute, big dog. I need you to host this correctly.
Yeah. Again, sometimes you just in all your conversations. You know what that means? Sometimes
I feel you. Hey, appreciate you, baby.
Yeah. Again, that was Darius Lockhart. You can check out the conversation if you missed it tonight. It's on our YouTube page. He's excited about June 28th. I'm excited about June 28th. You excited about June 28th. And we just upset that due to life, we can't get out there and really take it in. But
so I got 2 questions. So I got 1 question based off of that, like what y'all talking about. So y'all talked about his theme music. If you had a theme music or theme song, if you were a wrestler, what would it be?
I think I told you this before, but I probably have You Don't Know, the MOP remix by Jay-Z.
Okay.
Yeah, that one. Because we literally were having this last night at the Marshall Mike's. Decided to post Pastor Troy for
I seen that.
And I was like, yeah, that makes total sense. And then Last Legend, her new single.
Yeah.
I was like, chicken head.
Yeah. I seen that. I seen that.
All right, somebody cooking.
Hey, nostalgic WCW shit, man.
Yeah. If TKO want to pony up that money and make sure everything is everything, man.
They got it. Shit.
They got it. They got it. Let's get into these news and notes right quick, man. Mariah May is no longer Mariah May. She's officially Blake Monroe. She's officially signing her NXT contract next Tuesday. Your thoughts on the name?
A little shaky. It's okay.
Okay. I mean, you know how the WWE at this point, they like those unisex names, them names that could be both male and or female.
Pretty much 2 first names.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Two
that's
first
they get
names
down.
and 2 last names.
Yeah, that's definitely 1000% they get down, man. That's they get down. Press release came out. Mania is officially back in Vegas next year.
Man, fuck that. Fuck that.
Okay, not even going go no further with it. Naomi is Miss Money in the Bank, like we predicted. Seth Rollins is Mr. Money in the Bank, also like we predicted.
We knew that shit was gonna happen.
We did. We definitely did. Naomi let us know what's inside her briefcase. She's, I think, the first person to actually let us know what is inside her briefcase.
The stun gun is insane.
No, you're talking about the stun gun. The Feel the Glow pocket knife, sir.
Yeah, but so did you pay attention what happened? Did you pay attention to what somebody tweeted? I think it was today or yesterday or whatever.
Yeah.
Of Jade talking to Big Jim.
Yeah.
Ooh, you in trouble.
I did.
Ooh.
I did.
If I was married, I'd be scared.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a very interesting Friday on SmackDown. It's gonna tell you that much.
Not my problem.
Not my problem at all. AEW's All In cards building out pretty nicely. We're officially getting Omega versus Okada, the American version for the unification of the AEW International titles and the AEW Continental Championship. You are here for it. I'm here for it. For those who may not be fully in the know, although look, it's AEW, so they're kind of they are that fan base that is 1000% in the know about these things. Mm-hmm. Watch Wrestle Kingdom 11. Like, watch how this all really kicks off between them two before you get to the hour 30-minute match where Kenny finally beat Omega. Kenny finally beat Okada.
Yeah.
So there's that. Also, last night, Jasper Troy proved that WWE was right in ensuring that he won LFG season 1 because he and Obafemi decided to have, as Corey Graves called it, a kaiju fight, and the boy threw Obafemi into the second rope so hard he broke the damn turnbuckle to put it back on. They got something with him.
We ready.
They got something with him. They got something with him, man. I look forward to seeing what he got next. He and Oba probably gonna run it back. Also, I can't believe Oba did not realize the rules and regulations of the NXT parking lot as aka keep your head on a full swivel when you down there. But is what it is, man. Is what it is. Karrion Kross, the man whose shirt you have on, his contract is reportedly set to be up pretty soon. Do you think
do the same shit that Ron Killings did? Do the same fucking shit. I hope you watching this shit. Tag him in this shit, all this shit. Create a short, create a message, smoke signal, air mail, pigeon mail, put 2 stamps on it, all that. They don't need to get rid of that man. That man has plenty of personality and the man can work. But because Mr. Redacted decided to put the Sparta mask on him, his situation a little different. So, let that man cook. If you want some real ass wrestling, I want some real shit. If TKO actually wants to make money, wrestling fans spend money on shit on shit that they can relate to and shit that entertains them. And if you're trying to do it if TKO is majority UFC, then Karrion Kross is your man. You got Karrion Kross is your man. He's full combat. Let him cook. Let him cook. He can do both. It's both. He's entertaining in that he can sell you a story and beat a motherfucker ass at the same goddamn time. What we doing, man?
Definitely learned via Bloodsport during Mania.
Absolutely.
So
weak ass motherfuckers.
Yeah, man. Like I said, we'll get into King of the Ring talk and all that coming up. I mean, Roxanne Perez already qualified. Sami Zayn are also qualified. We'll get to
hold on. I'm gonna tap in. Like, tag me in, because one thing we did not talk about was Money in the Bank, the men's match, and that man said, "I hate you, Solo." He beat motherfuckers'
yes.
asses. He beat motherfuckers' asses, and then told that man, "I hate you." He manipulated. That was gaslighting like a motherfucker.
Hey, dog, look, Jacob, they ran the Batista Triple H play, right? In that Solo up a yapping a little bit too hard.
Yeah.
And Jacob's in the shot. And next thing you know, Jacob Fatu is gonna main event of Mania. Jacob Fatu is
Listen, there are two wrestlers actively in WWE right now that I will fight you over. Dirty Dom Mysterio and Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, like Fatu versus Damian Priest is gonna cook. Because the heavyweight champion of the world is he gonna have that belt until somebody gonna have to, they're gonna have to beat the mess out of him. Something gonna have to happen.
Hey, can I be the right hand
hit that man with a truck?
Can I be the right hand man in that bloodline?
I mean that bloodline gonna look like the Booyah Tribe, or insert whatever North California rap group you can think of. Might be the Far Side, might be
the Far
might
Side.
be God dang it, what's the joint with Evidence, Babu, Dilated Peoples, might be that group, not me, but all in all, might be Souls of Mischief. Shit, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, and you do Souls of Mischief, I'm there. I need that.
Just saying.
I need that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So while we got all this love going on right now, D, it's time to let Ice-T in the room, dog. He got something he got to say to the people.
What up, big dog?
Hey. That's right, man. It's time for Hater of the Week, segment of the show where me and D get some things off our chest. D said he had to think about his for a minute, so I'll go first.
Fair.
My Hater of the Week is Lin-Manuel Miranda. So I, like a lot of people, out of pure curiosity, cut on the card of 6 at 12:01 Friday morning. And I was like, okay, Big X is going. This is cool. The squish bar, not really a fan of it. And I was like, we about 9 songs in. There's a couple here. Okay, I can keep a couple. The Big Sean joint, I'll keep it. 2 Chainz joint, I'll keep it. Then I got to the Weezer cover, and I'm like, we doing this? Why are we doing this? I then recalled the Bells, the remix of LL Cool J's Rock the Bells, and I'm like, oh, absolutely not. Then I heard him rap over a band from Then I heard Wayne rap over a band from TV, and I'm like, if I want to hear Wayne rapping great over a band from TV, I'm gonna go revisit No Ceilings with the greatest Lane Kiffin bar you'll ever hear in your life. But then I got to Peanuts to an Elephant, produced by Lin-Manuel Miranda. And yes, the elephant, gun talk, pop the trunk. Yeah. I mean, solid bars here or there. Then Wayne gets into that squeaky, warble auto-tune that he does. But the beat, dog. D,
talk about it.
You played Crash Bandicoot. You played Crash Bandicoot before, right?
Absolutely.
You know what the pause music. You know what he did with the pause music, right? Dance like Chris Brown. Yeah.
He deserves all this.
Dog, that beat. Sound like some Luigi Mansion ass.
I didn't make
Crash
it past
Bandicoot ass.
I didn't make it past the first minute on that beat. I'm sorry.
Some Sonic Underground water level ass. It's bad. It's bad. Again, I like the joint that Manny produced, the myself joint, even though Wayne rapped that. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't piss him off because he'll piss on himself or something like that. Something real weird and crazy. Because again, Wayne is occasionally a space cadet. And I think, in all honesty, dog, he's like late career Allen Iverson at this point. As in, you got the accolades in Philly with like accolades in Philly, which was like literally the Carter series and also gearing up for the Carter series. And now we in Memphis, Detroit territory right now with these raps. Like, there are moments, there are flashes. But Lin-Manuel Miranda gets my donkey. Not donkey. Good God, gets my hater of the week.
Not donkey.
Again, I'm so flabbergasted. I almost gave him donkey of the day. Like, it ain't even my show. That's somebody else's show.
Hey yo, you good?
I gotta give Lin-Manuel that, man. Like, you gave us Hamilton, cool. You gave us some bops off Moana, also cool. But this
Wayne was trying to. I felt like on this album, Wayne was trying to appease every different facet of his following. The YNs, the old heads, the uncles, all that. I get it. It is what it is. But it also told me how old I am. It pissed me off.
We had to have a conversation about whether Wayne. All right, I'll put it to you like this. I'm gonna give you a very fire sports analogy. You're gonna love this.
Okay.
Wayne is not a number one option anymore, right?
That's fair, but he has to understand that.
He's also not is he a number two option now?
Shit, no.
Okay. Lil Wayne is likely your number three option in 2025.
But he has to realize that nobody's looking forward to Wayne's album based off the lyricism at this point.
And the thing about it with this is that I think more people are upset about this record than any other previous ones since Carter 4 or Carter 5. Because to be honest, it's got the name on it. It's got a brand on it. Like they said
right. But you have to have a reality check on things. You have to understand that,
sir, he's a whole space cadet. Like, what are you talking about?
People got to understand what the following looks like what you are. We know what Lil Wayne is. You know what I'm saying? Like you said about it early in the episode. He was like, you talking about his dreads, his locks. Yo, how often you get your locks like retwisted?
Probably once a month. If I'm up here, once a month. If I'm back home in Texas, probably like every 3 weeks.
Right.
Because again, heat dries shit out.
So here, like for me, I'm every month and a half. I say all that to say the problem is he's burnt out. And that's his profession. So you have to understand that that's what he's going to give. You look at you did a whole sports analogy. Look at LeBron right now. LeBron will give you right now on his best day, he'll give you 37, 10, and 9. In LeBron's prime, he give you 40, 12, and 10. You gotta pay attention. Life goes on. Like you evolve, and that's just what it is. Unfortunately, it's sad, but that's just what it is. So people need to like look at that like that perspective and figure it out. Like I didn't expect the Carter 6 to be the first Carter, the Carter 3. I didn't.
Me either.
That. Yeah, I didn't expect none of that. Now, if Cole come out with something, or Kendrick come out with something, or shout out to, like, for real, shout out to Doechii. If she come out with something like another album, and that shit is like crazy, we can expect that. But we can't expect that for nobody over 40. We're not.
Well, here's the thing. We dead ass about to get Eclipse album in a couple weeks.
And I am scared.
Really? Even after Ace Trumpet, you scared?
It's one song. I'm scared because I want to know how many songs is on it, and I want to know, like, if I want to listen to it like straight through. Let me ask you a question real quick. Real quick. What's the last album you listened to straight through, track for track, bar for bar, and it was a banger?
Either the last Larry June tape or GNX.
Right. And Kendrick is young. Kendrick ain't 40. Kendrick is not the unk. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not too many old heads or unks or OGs that's going to put that shit out there like that. So people need to pay attention to that. Like, once you're past your prime, I'm so glad that you can download it or listen to it on Spotify or Apple Music, because let's be clear, if you had to go to the Circuit City days or the Best Buy days and or Sam Goody or Kent Mel Music and buy the shit, and you be pissed off for $12, you saved your money up for it, and the album be ass because you got 2 songs on it. No, I'm not doing that no more.
All right. Fair enough. D, I've already flambéed the Carter 6 via album review and also let them
Flambé, you torched that motherfucker. You put that bitch on the grill. You smoked that motherfucker. You thought that bitch was a brisket.
The album, first of all, why is it 19 tracks? Why is it 19 tracks? Why are we using AI samples? Like, you know what? No.
He trying to prove something, man. Like,
D, if I keep going, this show gonna be 2 hours long, dog. I'm sorry. Just go.
That's fair.
Just deliver your hater of the week.
My hater of the week is the WWE show.
AI samples. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, damn. You all right?
It's bad.
So my hater of the week is the WWE shop, because I went on the WWE shop and I love Karrion Kross. I loved him as Killer Kross, and I bought this shirt because this is my shit. Like, this is something that I would rock. It should not have took 5.5 weeks to get here. And that man has been signed, fired, and re-signed. And you can't give me this shirt in time? Let me tell you something. I went to Foot Locker and got me a pair of A1s and a pair of Jordan 1s. And this was Saturday by chance. And I got them before I got this shirt. And I like this shirt. I was trying to support my man. What are we doing? That's my hater of the week. To be honest with you, it might be minute. That's my hater of the week, because I was trying to wear this last week or the week before. Because any other shirt that I bought from y'all got to hear first. So get your shit up. Get your weight up. Fix it.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of them situations. It's just you never know when you may order something and you want it to like get there. You're like pretty happy when it does, but you know where that doesn't happen per se? Don't happen with the 2DopeMarks store
at all.
Order your joint, it gets there. People rocked it. Shout out to the homegirl D, who wore her 10 Wrestling Commandments t-shirt this week, and I'm showing this now to the fine people that order things off the internet and beyond and in between. It's something else. it's something else. We got some new as they used to say, some new outcasts, right? Some new outcasts.
Yeah,
Ain't even been out yet. But we have something that I am very happy about, something I'm very excited about. Bam. That's right, folks. Our favorite segment in the world.
Yes.
Afraid of Our Lives t-shirt.
Yes.
It's
yes.
up. You can cop it in black.
Get
cop it
hey,
in
get
ivory.
that.
You
Hey,
can cop it in
hey,
Mr.
get that
blue.
shit.
Cop it in pink.
Get that shit.
Raspberry. You
Get
can
that
cop
shit.
it in red. Cop it in my favorite color, black. Because again, we are saluting Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi for the best storyline in wrestling, aka Braid of Our Lives. So yeah, man. Yeah, and see,
Why
material.
Hold on, time out. You ain't tell me this shit. What are we doing, man?
Again,
was a surprise.
It wasn't a surprise, sir. It was a surprise. 2DopeMarks logo on the back. So basically, every time you order a shirt, that logo on the back, you know what it is. It's brand. It works. It's beautiful. And we handling the earth right now. You know what I mean? We are handling the earth right now. And that is beautiful about 2DopeMarks, because every time y'all inspire us to do something dope, we give back. We give back.
And guess what? And guess what? It's time.
A WWE studio production. This is the Braid of Our Lives.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's right. Yeah,
that's right. Look, Braid of Our Lives is now involved in the Money in the Bank. We're gonna get Bianca versus Naomi some form of fashion after the cash in on Tiffany Stratton. That's my prediction. Jay gonna be involved somehow, and you know what we gonna get? We gonna get a triple threat at one of these big time PLEs, and it's gonna cook because everybody in that thing can go. So on that note, we thank you, appreciate you for tuning into this week's episode of 2DopeMarks. We will be back at our normal, regularly scheduled day next Thursday, 7:15 Eastern, here on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook Live as well. Again, we live every Thursday, on demand on your favorite DSPs, wherever you get your podcast on Fridays. Follow us on Twitter at 2DopeMarks. Follow us on Instagram at 2DopeMarks. Like, comment, subscribe, rate us, review us, give us 5 stars. You give us 4. I mean, I really must believe you be Vlad, Dave Meltzer, a nubby little person who doesn't like when people refer to Ron Killings as black.
Weak.
Saw a lot of that this week too.
Weak.
Yeah, again, special thanks to Darius Lockhart for pulling up on us.
Bless.
Again,
Bless.
yeah, ASÉ. They're back June 28th in Charlotte. Cedric Alexander versus Yaya is happening. Darius Lockhart versus Darius Carr for the ASÉ men's title. The ASÉ women's title tournament begins. Faye Jackson's back in the ring. I believe we got Ashton Starr has been announced for the show. Like, a lot is going on. So, and also, well, I learned some things. Me and D learned some things, but I'll let Mr. Lockhart let y'all know that.
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that.
I said I'll let him know it. I'll let him
Yeah.
say it. I'll let him say it. So you're in for a treat. You're in for a treat on June 28th. Also check out the ASÉ Vault, man. They've been uploading some of their best, like, matches from previous seasons. Heck, you can even see Darius Lockhart's first match we talked about in our conversation. His very first match with Cedric Alexander. Mind you, the only thing I'm gonna tell you about it don't even happen actually in a wrestling ring. That's how crazy it is. That's how crazy it is. So again, we thank you. And D, say something nice to the people.
Shout out to my son, my oldest, my mini-me, my protege. It's his birthday today. I have a 12-year-old, a preteen. That's my dog. Happy birthday to you, man. Your dad loves you. I know you watching right now. Hey, I hope your days, I hope your day is special, man. We try to make it special, man. You got a couple days, couple birthday parties and all that. So happy birthday to you, man.
See, that's touching. So yeah, man. we'll be with y'all next week, and we out. It was